Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the men's room.
And away we go. Welcome to show number 2,859. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, Woman Fox, and my cock.
Montgomery!
And you are in the men's room. On tap today, Ryan Castle's Drunken Charge is into Sit and Spin. Today, millennial versions of your favorite classic rock songs.
Oh, good.
The millennial versions of them. As the men's room is back, get ready to play Profile This, plus headlines, the men's room shot of the day, fun listener emails, and everyone's favorite TV Time with Ted.
Clack, clack. Drink it, drunk.
All right, here we go. New York Giants tackle very excited when TSA agents spill his mom's ashes all over his bags. Meanwhile, Florida man is pulled over and hammered and only swigs at stop signs, or so he brags. Woman proposes to boyfriend by putting a ring in her happy place. A 91-year-old man walking in California told to go back to Mexico before being hit in the face with a cinder block, and he's 91. Jeez. And IHOP thanks you for the free advertising. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. Let me just run some headlines by you real quick. 12-year-old hears roaring fire, saves sleeping family. Prince Louis slept through his christening. Teen stabs sleeping grandmother. That's a sad one. Sleeping man shot in East Houston. On and on it goes. Things happen when you sleep. And to answer many questions that are already showing up in our comments, yes, Holden, who called the show yesterday, did eventually wake up. Now, if you don't know, a guy named Holden called the show, and ironically enough, he was holding on the line for quite a while. Long enough that when we went to him, he was asleep, man. I mean, he was snoring. We checked on him probably for about an hour and 15 minutes, and this dude was just like asleep in his phone.
We didn't know if he was just joking around at first.
No, he was like, Mike Hawk
know.
checked on him during a break, all right? So we're playing commercials. He checks on us. That guy was still snoring. The whole thing is, he called the show because he wanted to be on the show. And it turns out he was, in fact, on the show. He just wasn't awake. But we kept his snoring up in the background because it was entertaining to us. Yes, he eventually did wake up. He told Mike that he's a hard worker. He was really tired, but he felt refreshed, had a cigarette, and went on about his day.
Yeah.
But the point is, a lot of things happen when you're asleep. It's happened to you or it's happened to someone you know. And that's what today's question is. It's very simple. What was happening while you were sleeping?
Be part of the big show. Call 844-999-OLA. Like The Men's Room on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live. And send your emails to themensroom@mensroomlive.com. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Oh, the show is and away we go. Welcome to show number 2,859 with a large and charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat as the drunk in charge Ryan Castle is once again in to sit and spin. And today we get 10 millennial versions of your favorite classic rock songs. Now, what does that mean? It means that to keep some of these songs a little bit with more of the times, the current day, they have to be changed a little bit so that the millennial generation apparently can understand them or just kind of connect a little bit better, so to speak.
Are we going to hate this? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I honest to God, I do not know if this is just. I don't know how they're spinning this. I'm not exactly sure of the songs.
Is it just covers, or I mean, like
that need to be updated? I don't know. I don't know if things are politically incorrect. I could assume that. For example,
brown
cocaine
sugar,
from Eric Clapton
cocaine.
probably might just be meth, or I don't know. You know, I don't know.
Meth.
I shot the sheriff probably won't fly these days.
Well, not so much.
No, so
He
I
didn't
don't
shoot the deputy.
He did not shoot the deputy, which is probably a good thing. So millennial versions of your favorite classic rock songs.
He adds that, like that softens the blow, right? I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy.
I had sex with your wife, but I did not have sex with your sister.
Right, like, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
Ask the Men's Room is back. If you have a question for Ask the Men's Room, just shoot us an email here to the Men's Room at mensroomlive.com, and we'll do Ask the Men's Room right before we drink and toast with a shot of the day. Now, I think we need to go, let's go back in time here. As we go back in time to episode 2858. Episode 2858, and we had a guy who wanted to be a part of the random question. His name is Holden, and we went to the line to see if Holden was ready to go.
Hello, Holden. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Sleep. Yeah. All right. Well, moving on.
Let us go for a minute. Now, I understand our show is not for everyone, right? And I feel that's fair. I get that. I really do. I can't tell. For about 30 minutes. This man...
Let's go to Eric. And then we'll come back.
If he's actually asleep.
I think he's asleep. You want to go to Eric? All right. Hello, Eric. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Okay, so first, and understand our point on this. We did not know if Holden was being funny and in a comedic way. It's genius, right? So to us, if he just stays in character and keeps snoring, it's going to be funny. But we really weren't sure if he was just.
Well, in your
thinking.
defense, you guys were right. I just was like, it seems too like.
I thought he was sleeping because
perfect.
Who would stay on? Look, 9 times out of 10 on any normal show they hung up on you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, let's just face it, right? But you wouldn't just stay there. Plus, Mike checked on him during a commercial break, so he wouldn't know if we're going to him one way or another. Mike's like, dude, he is in there sawing logs.
And sometimes, depending on the question or what we're doing that day, on big dummy days, it's not unusual for you to be on the hold for 45 minutes. The guy in front of you, you might be next up, but it might take him 9 questions to get one right. Just takes up a bigger chunk of time, whatever the deal is. So we're kind of used to people who do want to be on the air, who wait a significant amount of time. So then we went back. Let's go back to the second time that we checked on hold. We checked on him many times. These are just a few of the times that we checked on him. Here's another. 844-999. Ola, it is random.
And I was here for boy Holden.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, check it out.
Hello, Holden. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Should we try to wake him up with something?
We do. We keep saying, hey, Holden,
but do you
welcome
think,
to the Men's Room.
Do you think something abrupt, like a loud noise or something, could jar him, maybe? Try, right?
Jeez Louise! That'll wake him up right there. I guarantee that'll wake him up. This one right here. If that one doesn't wake him up, nothing will. This is what wakes me up every morning. I don't know about you, but I love a bong hit sitting on the toilet. Helps me poop.
Nothing will wake him.
Snap a picture of yourself.
All right, let's put him back on hold.
Well,
We'll come back to him.
nothing.
We'll come back to him. He'll be busy.
He's loyal.
We'll keep checking in for the entire show.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing, man.
He's still on the line.
The entire show. I would say, no matter what time we get him, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it could be 2 hours.
We'll ask him, if it's in the middle of TV, we're going to ask him random questions.
You've been on hold for 3.5 hours.
Doesn't matter. You could be doing the news back there, Mike. He's going to answer that question.
Yep. Hello, Jared. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Okay. Do we have any more going back to... we do. So then we tried him again because we do have a general concern.
We made all that noise, dude. He did not wake up.
We do have a general concern. And at this point in time, we realize, and I think you said this earlier, but Mike went to check on him during a commercial break.
Yeah.
And at this point in time, this would be the opportunity to go, I'm just snoring. I'm just trying to be funny or whatever, but I'll keep the gag up or whatever. But Mike is trying to talk to the guy. And he's snoring through it. He's not there.
And there is a sound when you get put on the air.
Yeah.
So it seemed like at this point it's like, all right, he's not faking it because how could he be that prepared for the snore each time?
So we go back to him again. We go back to see if Holden is awake and ready to do our random question.
For whatever reason, around 6 a.m., the cat, what it decides it's going to do, and I always forget it's there. And now it's in the mood where it's going to attack anything that moves.
Right.
And if it's under something, then it's all more fun. And the thing, so about 6 o'clock in the morning, you roll over, you stretch your foot out, you forget that the cat has now sunk its teeth and claws through the comforter into your, this every morning, man.
See, I knew
every freaking morning.
I knew a girl that had a cat that, like, if you put your foot out to cool off?
Yeah.
But if you did that, the cat would attack you.
Well, that's a guarantee, man.
Yeah.
That's a guarantee. And then I also forget that when you step off of the bed, there's a very good chance that the four-legged ninja is under your bed and is prepared to pounce.
Ninja. Still to come, your guess as good as mine. The categories will be death and basketball. And yes. 10 things that your body can do after you die on what you don't need to know. That is all coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network. Okay. Holden just was snoring through the whole segment.
We clearly are having riveting conversation.
Your cat is a boring conversation.
Means nothing.
He doesn't
care about my cat.
He doesn't care that he plays with your feet every time you tie your shoe in the morning. All right, let's go back one more time if we can. Do we have any more of Holden? Oh, that was all. All right, well, we try one more time to wake him up. Ironically enough, a story about how much sleep you should be getting every night.
Oh, that's right.
And he snored the whole way through that. And then, at that point in time, we take a break, and I believe then is when Holden actually woke up, and we went back, and and Mike got a chance to talk to him. Mike, and you physically talked to Holden right at the very end. What did he say to you?
He said that he was still just waiting to get on. I told him, unfortunately, we have run out of time for the random question, that he slept through it. And he says, oh, man, don't tell me that. I told him that we had him on. We all had a good laugh. Everybody was incredibly entertained. He didn't like that we had all laughed at him even more. But then he said that he had gotten a good night's sleep. You know, he's a hardworking man.
Sure.
Just very, very tired, needed a nap. And then
we know you're tired.
He was going to go light a cigarette. And then that was the end of it.
And Holden, next time we do our...
That's fantastic.
Next time we do our random question, we'll make sure to put you on first.
Yeah, if we say your name.
So if you call, that way you don't have to wait, and then you can do your thing, man, and then you can take a nap afterwards.
Because you got a problem waiting. That's what we discovered.
So
Holden doesn't have time for your crap.
Holden, you got more laughs than you ever could have if you just would have said whatever you could be a comedian, dude, and your stand-up would not be as good as you snoring the whole way through the show, because it was perfect. So our question today, what was happening while you were sleeping? 844-999-OLA.
Quick comment, by the way. Speaking of Holden, but they say, I fell asleep on the phone. I was waiting for unemployment, only to wake up to the lady saying, hello. When I woke up, I had no idea who was on the phone with me.
Oh, no.
That sucks, man.
You're real. I went out to get a job.
Yeah, right. Why? How could you be so tired? It wasn't working.
It's probably from Holden.
Right.
Hello, Jared. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola.
So, barracks story was when I was Army. First duty station, fresh out of basic. It was actually here at home, here in Fort Lewis, so it was always nice. But as a kind of welcome to Fort Lewis or welcome to the Army kind of thing, middle of the night, I woke up to someone else in the barracks. My roommate had opened the door for him. To me getting woken up, beaten with a giant 6-foot inflatable Johnson.
A giant 6-foot inflatable Johnson?
Yes.
Huh. And that was, how many people were beating you with it?
If I remember right, there was like 3 or 4 of them there.
Okay.
It was, ha ha ha, and then they left or whatever, and probably went to go get someone else. But yeah,
okay.
That was
they took their penis.
Woke up to.
They took their penis with them.
Yes.
Okay. You know what, man? I think.
Yes, again. I think once I use the inflatable penis to beat a man, I think I would just leave it with him.
I think in the world of initiations, in the world of sometimes when that stuff can go horribly wrong, that is not a bad initiation.
Oh no, take the inflatable penis every time.
That's
dude.
easy. You're asleep. You know,
it's not a broom.
It's just a big inflatable.
Right.
You know, they'll beat on you for a little while and then it's over. It's not like I think that's tame. What was happening while you were sleeping?
I'll fill mine with marbles and beat your ass.
844-999-OLA. Not like when they would put the bar of soap in the towel.
The bar of soap.
Right. Much different in high school.
6-foot inflatable penis.
Yeah.
And then beat him with it.
God.
Hello, Aaron. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola.
So we had a house out on, a friend of mine's parents owned some land, and there was an abandoned house out there, and we cleaned it up, and we had a 5-foot skateboard ramp out in the shed out there. It was a big barn, actually, and a trampoline. We used to throw huge parties like our junior and senior year in high school there. And when we weren't doing that, we were just out there getting hammered drunk. And so one night I had passed out in one of the rooms, and this was before cell phones and stuff like that, before everybody had one. And so I woke up. It's out in the middle of the country, and I was the only person there, just out on this huge plot of land. And finally, a car rolls up, and it's one of my friends, and his face just looks like, I don't know, someone drug it across the ground. And apparently, while I was passed out sleeping, him and another friend of mine, this was all the people in my same crew that ran around together, they had a disagreement and just rolled around and beat the snot out of each other for like half an hour while one of the guy's girlfriends just sat in the car and watched.
So all your friends just decided to throw down, but you slept through it?
Well, it was two of them, just two out of the group. I don't know, I guess everybody else had split, and I don't even know what their disagreement was anymore, but they just rolled around and beat the tar out of each other while she sat in the car and watched, and I slept.
It was probably over her.
That seems about right.
Because if she's in the car, it's probably about her.
Mm-hmm.
Because if not,
she would have been like, Johnny,
stop it. Stop.
Or,
but now
Johnny, hit him again.
Right, but now she's not sure who to pick, so she's just waiting to see who wins.
Right.
Yeah.
I know she stayed with the guy that won, that's for sure.
That's what I'm saying. See, we were right.
Was he the original guy?
Yes, he was. He was, actually.
Okay.
Fighting for his lady.
So the guy with the face all messed up is the guy that accidentally got drunk and slept with her one night.
Yeah, that's very possible.
Yes.
It's very possible.
We're just filling in the blanks, brother.
This is. I know you were sleeping through it. We're trying to explain to you why they were fighting.
So
you acted like you woke up and you didn't know what was going on, so we're telling you.
He caught the bad end of the whooping. Right?
Yeah.
And he lost the girl.
Yes.
Both of those things happened while you slept.
Yep.
And that's why they fought for 30 minutes, man.
Yeah, 30 minutes is a long
That
time.
is a long fight. By the way, just quick comments here. First of all, and I'm just gloating a bit, it says, Thrill is right. You got to drop the penis like a mob button. That's so stupid. Someone says, Ola bitches, one morning I woke up at 5 a.m. to an explosion. I looked outside to see a car on fire. I watched it burn for a while, then I called 911. So the 911 lady asked if the car was really on fire. I said, yes, the car is really on fire. And with it being 5 a.m. and dark and the car on fire, she then asked me, what color is the car? So I told her, it's fire color. She was really annoyed by that.
Well, I mean, orange and red flames, some blue on the top.
It's 5 in the morning.
It's fire.
I don't know. It's the car on fire. If you pull into the parking lot and you're looking for the car that's on fire, it's the one that's on fire. It doesn't matter what color it is. It's easy to find because when you go into the parking lot, you'll notice one of the cars is on fire. That's the one. That's the one I'm calling about.
It's like when I look at my medical sheet and ask about, I don't know, breast cancer or whatever I don't have. Like, you skip over some of the details on the sheet, when you don't realize you need them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What color is the car? It's the one that's on fire.
What was happening while you were sleeping? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Daniel. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
How's it going, guys?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. Another day, another dollar.
Okay.
Only $1 a day? How do you do it, man?
Little by little, penny at a time.
Ramen noodles and ice house lights.
Exactly.
Recipe for success there. That's the name of your autobiography.
Ice house, tall boys, and ramen.
Right. Exactly. It's the best way to live.
That's right.
Cheap and easy.
So what happened when you were sleeping?
So I was about 10 years old, and this was when I lived back in Pennsylvania. My mom smelled some gas in our kitchen at around 11 o'clock at night, so she called the cops just to let them know, hey, I'm smelling some gas. She thought maybe they would have sent the fire marshal out because they lived across the street. And they ended up sending out 3 counties worth of police officers, fire trucks, and ambulances, closed down our entire road, put a big spotlight on our house, and 6 firefighters, full decked out firefighter gear, oxygen mask, axes.
Did she say, hey, I smell gas in my kitchen, or did she say, I have an extraterrestrial in my home?
No, she said gas. She said, I'm smelling something that smells like gas, and they sent the entire force.
Damn. Okay.
Where were you in Pennsylvania?
New Oxford. It's around Gettysburg.
Okay, all right. Maybe they were excited that they finally got a call.
Nothing happens around
that's
the
what I'm saying. Everybody, let's go. Finally, something happened.
Oh, we're outside of Gettysburg, right?
It the ghost.
Yeah, there is nothing going on there, man.
Right. Maybe we'll go to York for the weekend and go to the outlets.
Well, actually, the house, we ended up finding out that later on that the house is actually haunted.
Everything there is haunted.
You were
man.
outside of Gettysburg.
Dude, the Sheets is haunted in Gettysburg because back during the Civil War, somebody went in there for a hot dog and got stabbed in the back with a sword, and now there's a frickin' rebel soldier who walks around aimlessly looking for nachos in the Sheets.
You could hear him crunching chips at midnight.
Place, man. Every place there, it's like, enough, guys. Enough of the ghost
Think
stories.
about it. It's Pennsylvania. Right? You get Gettysburg, Valley Forge. Everyone's like, you know this place is haunted? I'm like, sure, man.
Yes.
Like 1,000 people were shot.
The only thing you got, and you keep talking about it, and it still doesn't bring in tourism. People go there for the history. You know, they don't stay for the ghosts. And it's just kind of part of
a lot of people like those freaky ghost tours.
I never had
the guts to do it.
But you know a lot of people that would like stay at the hotel, right? Like,
no, I've stayed in the hotel, but I like the history part. But at nighttime, I don't want to be out in Gettysburg.
Why not, man?
Because the whole town's spooky.
But they don't do anything. How cool would it be, all right? Look, you're stuck in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. So beyond the history, I'm telling you, place is an asshole and it's boring as hell. God bless it. But there's nothing going on. I feel like going out at night, I would hope to see a ghost. I would want to see something spooky just to get my adrenaline up, man.
I'll meet you at Cemetery Ridge.
Right. What was happening while you were sleeping? 844-999.
Little round
line. More lines. More of your calls coming up here. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Into the Men's Room.
If it were not for Darwin Wallace, one of a St. Louis County family, likely would not be with us today. The 12-year-old Missouri boy is credited with saving his 3 siblings, mother and grandmother, along with 2 cousins from a devastating house fire early Thursday morning. We were all asleep. I heard the fire, like the tree started hitting on my window, and I woke up, took my nephew, put him on my neck, and then I went to get everyone else up. The family was forced to escape the fire by breaking through a fence, but miraculously, none of them were hurt in the blaze. Both the family and local fire officials told the news station that a surveillance video shows a group of kids shooting fireworks at the family's property earlier that night. While the official cause of the fire still remains under investigation, Darwin had some strong thoughts on the matter of the fireworks. If you're going to pop them on other people's porches, that's just wrong because you don't know who's in the house and you can kill someone like you almost killed us. Our question, what was happening while you were sleeping? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Danny. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hello.
Hola.
Okay, so my story is when I was 14, and it was my first time getting drunk, and we were at the ocean, and we had me and my friends and all my friends' older brothers were there, and we made a deal at some point throughout the night that whoever passes out first was going to get messed with. So, long story short, I basically fell asleep first, and I woke up like 20 minutes after it happened, but they dumped like mustard, syrup, mayonnaise, like everything that we had in our coolers all over me. So I woke up and I was like covered in everything, and I was freaking out because I forgot that we made that deal.
Yeah, I forgot you. What kind of bathing suit were you wearing?
Well, I wasn't wearing a bathing suit. It was like nighttime.
So what were you
butt naked?
Were you naked?
No, I was wearing clothes. I just passed out.
Okay, all right. Okay,
all right. Sorry.
Yeah, that would be too
We're imagining you naked on a beach covered in condiments.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
and I would
man.
think to myself, how fortunate is this?
I would definitely jump in the water at that point.
Were you covered in anything?
No.
Like were crabs trying to eat you, flies?
I was in the sand dunes, like in between our campsite and the ocean, so I was kind of like out in the dunes. So when I woke up, I didn't know why there was stuff all over me, so I went running to the showers, soaked myself, tried to rinse it all off, and then I was crying, drunk, so I went running over to the Best Western, asking if I can use the phone, and the lady just looked at me and pointed over at the payphones. So she wouldn't let me use the phone, so I was trying to like call collect and get...
Oh, man. Payphone, call collect, all these things.
Wait, why did things go so south? I mean, in the end, you were just covered in condiments, right?
Yeah, but when I woke up, I was so mad, and I was like, what's happening? Like, why is all this stuff all over me? I don't know. I forgot, and I was like, all these boys are dumping all this stuff on me, and I don't know. I was upset, and I was just really drunk, and I wanted to go home after that.
Yeah, I bet you did.
I need a phone.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you sound like a good time there.
When you wake up and you don't know where you are, that's always, that just sucks.
It does, man. The worst of it, I woke up, and I had gotten drunk the night before, but I woke up in my home. And at this point, I'm renting a house with 1, 2, 3, 4 other people, all right? We all have our own bedrooms, and I wake up, and I just had a mattress on the floor, right? You're broken those days. No, but my bedroom door is closed, all right? And between my bed and my bedroom door is a Rottweiler that I do not know. So I'm laying in bed, and my eyes are open, and I realize this dog is laying in front of my door, and it's asleep, as best I can tell. But there's
in your room?
In my room, and there's no way to open the door without nudging this dog, and I don't know whose dog this is or who put this goddamn thing in my room. So I'm laying in bed for like 10 minutes trying to get my brain, because, you wake up, you're still kind of drunk, man, and I am pissed. But I don't want to yell at anybody just yet because I really do not know anything about this dog or how it's going to respond, right? But I can't get out of my room, and my bedroom's on the 3rd floor. So I'm like, you're not going to climb out the window. If you step over this dog and nudge this bitch with the door, he's going to jump up. I would get that, man, and snap at the good stuff. So I'm laying in bed staring at it, and I am so mad. And I'm running through who I think is probably responsible. I zeroed in on Tony, and I'm like, man, when I get out of this bedroom, that's what I'm thinking in my head, I'm going to beat his ass. Like, this is not funny, man. I don't know how to deal with this. And then it occurred to me after staring at this Rottweiler for 10 minutes, it is not a Rottweiler. It is my balled-up leather jacket from the night before.
Oh.
So I have been laying in bed staring at my jacket that I thought was for 10 minutes, just getting hostile mad, man. Like, I'm going to kill Tony. I don't know, put this goddamn thing. Yeah, it was my jacket. It was my jacket. I did not share that story with any of the roommates. So I'm just like, I'm going to go ahead and let that go. I feel like an idiot.
What was happening while you were sleeping? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Jake. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi, how's it going, fellas?
Hola.
All right, this story was sometime in the late 90s, 97, 98. My father and I were going to Rochester, New York to visit his family. Well, I know that you lived there for a little while.
Yes, indeed.
His father, my grandfather, in a little town west of Rochester. I was sleeping in a guest room on the floor, I think. And in the middle of the night, I woke up probably to go to the bathroom or something. And I looked out the window, and there was strobe lightning. And anytime the lightning would kind of flash on, I'd see stuff flying by the window. And I was like, this is not a normal storm. Something very weird here. And so, Thrill, since you lived in Rochester, you know that tornadoes are not exactly a common occurrence there.
No. Not in any of the years I lived there was that ever a thing.
Yeah. So I woke everybody else up because I was like, something's wrong. And we found out that it was a tornado, not so much right then, but the next morning when we went outside and, the whole town was torn up. It had skipped over my grandfather's house. But it sounded like that, descriptive freight train that you hear tornadoes are described.
Wow, man. Yeah, that is cool.
It scared the living hell out of all of us.
Well, to be fair, it was a tornado. It's a good thing to be scared of.
What was happening while you were sleeping?
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.